Hi, everybody. Now, I'm not on the pot to discuss the politics, but I got some shit on my brain. My friend was talking to me about some stuff and got me all wired up, so here I was, comment, like, comment, send, emoji, here and there, trying to get my point across, but I can't get my point across all the time because certain people look at me like, this crazy liberal, this crazy socialist. Okay, number one, stop labeling stupid shit, all right? Because the Republican Party, when it first started back at Abe Lincoln was the first Republican to ever hit the presidential stage. First Republican, he was put in there. Now, he was shot, so for some reason every time we change political parties from the two-party system, because for the long time, when the first president was George, George was part of I believe, the Federalist Party, and then the next one was John Adams, and he was also part of the Federalist Party, but then after that, they switched it up to Democratic and Republican Party, and then for a while they had Democratic Republican Party, but then they had this random party called the Whig Party, and I believe the first one that was on the Whig Party, I believe, to hell was his name? I think it was Harrison, wasn't it? William Henry Harrison, I think, was the first Whig Party, and he died in office. That was weird. But then they went back and they had Democratic Republican versus Whig versus Democratic Republican versus Whig versus Democratic Republican. But then Abraham Lincoln came in with his new party, the Just Republican Party. So then after Abe Lincoln was elected, then he was shot, which was weird because he was new to the party, and then he was assassinated, and there was some stuff that they talked about. But and then they had Democrat versus Republican, Republican versus Democrat, Democrat versus Republican, all the way. And every time we have a random president in there who's like, this president was the first president, it was this kind, and this, we could probably keep doing that because John F. Kennedy was the first Catholic president ever put into office. Now, if you think JFK, that wasn't too far back ago, but yeah, he was the first Catholic. Before that, they didn't really like the Catholics. They very, very Protestant country we were, and for some reason we took a sharp turn, I think, around the 70s and the 80s. Everything has gone into to being more Catholic and being more Christian, I guess. But it was Christian before, but just not so much, not so anal, if you will, not so orthodox, we were understanding of the difference between, having religion and having a state. You can't base your laws off of someone's religion because then you could be just doing some random shit that you wouldn't even know what you're doing, like worshiping something random, or doing something random, So they stick to laws, and they stick to people that vote for those laws. But throughout the time, and things have changed, the Democratic Party was not the same Democratic Party it is today. And throughout the last 10 years, the Democratic Party has kind of shifted into another direction as well. But the Republican Party, they started out with Abe Lincoln, but the Republican Party that was with Abe Lincoln is not the same Republican Party of today. And even, within the last 20 years, they've all shifted into this one world order type of direction, where if you've got a lobbyist from a bank on one side of the party, and then you have a lobbyist who works with the same bank who also works for an oil tycoon on the other side of the party, then it's very easy to get your laws passed based off of what you're looking for. And they've been doing that for a really long time. They did that during Prohibition, and they've been doing it ever since, If you have a product that's doing really well, let's say the coffee industry didn't like the Monster or the Red Bull or the energy drink industry. So the coffee, we could do that. The coffee people, they say, well, we can't have another form of energy out there, so we're going to make a particular ingredient that's in all of the energy drinks, like B12. We're going to make B12 illegal. That way, coffee can prosper. And well, how do you change a law and make it illegal so that your coffee can do better? Well, you get the person who's at the head of the coffee in with the legislation on one side of the other. If there's a two-party system, just flip back and forth till you get what you want. But what we need to do is have another party. We have to do that whole switching from Federalist to Democrat, from Democrat to Whig to Republican to Democrat. But now we've got to go in a different direction. Because the two party isn't really representing all of us. You have the right side, the Republican conservatives, that just want everything to be Jesus and want everything to basically, the Republicans are very libertarian, where they don't want the government, telling them what to do. But yet, on the other hand, the Republicans like to use their law to get what they want. So, don't tell us we can't have our guns, but yet they tell us we can't get married. So, see that as a little contradicting. But in the Democrat Party, has switched is just as much within the last 20 years. It used to be for the people, for the people, for the people. But now it's for the people, and they always talk behind closed doors. They go to the country club and they talk on the course. You've got tons of acres dedicated to a game, and then right next to the resort, you have a whole bunch of homeless people. If that's not telling you where the problem lies, then you haven't been paying attention. Save water. Drink vodka. Have a good day.